Welcome back to the Château de Saint-Germain-des-Prés with just a hint of the Château de Lalande today, where we discover the joys of continuity.
Good morning. We have come to the other side of Perigueux today, to the Chateau de Saint-Germain-des-Prés.
Château des Isards. Yeah.
Des Isards.
Yeah.
Me and my French.
Close enough. Yeah.
And then behind us there is a, was it the Arts de Table?
Yes, Arts de la Table.
Arts de la Table rencontre.
Yeah.
Which sounds incredibly dangerous, but we're going to go and
probably
check it out
should not
anyway.
be here.
Yeah, so this should be fun.
Yeah.
But it's actually set in the chateau, and it's a beautiful location.
Beautiful frosty morning this morning.
Yeah, sunny though.
Yeah. Did we just find Manor and Maker handkerchiefs? Maybe we did. There's maybe something to go in the cafe. What do you think? Very pretty embroidery. Look at that. Silk level.
So we are picking up this beautiful tablecloth and napkin set that's going to go really nicely in the new, very natural cafe.
I've spotted something that you really like. You love colored cut glass.
I just love, I don't know what it is about vases, but yeah, like this is just stunning piece. I can't imagine it with like giant peacock feathers in it or something.
Sometimes it's really nice to just spot the things that you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we love coming to these things.
All right. I also like trying to play spot the little details.
Yeah.
So I have a quick challenge for you.
Okay.
Spot the duck.
Spot the duck. Oh, I found a duck.
All right. Spot the grapes.
I'm sure I saw grapes somewhere.
Everyone's screaming at their screen right now. Come on.
Really? Oh, the grapes on. Okay. See, I was actually looking for dimensional grapes.
Yeah,
That's my problem.
See, tricked you.
Always.
All right,
Need
find
it?
the ship.
The ship. The ship. Okay. The ship. Oh, there it is on the cognac.
If you enjoyed that, then you might be the sort of person who would enjoy June's Journey. They were kind enough to sponsor today's video. And if you enjoy playing...
Hide and go seek, or
Yeah,
I Spy with My Little Eye.
that's it, right? Or a little bit of murder mystery mixed in.
Hey there. What are you up to?
Oh, you know me, cup of tea.
Yeah.
I'm also playing a little bit of June's Journey again. I've got a meeting coming up in a few minutes, and I just thought I'd sort of take a little bit of me time, clear my head before the next meeting.
June's Journey is a mesmerizing, free-to-download mobile game where hidden treasures await in gorgeously designed scenes. I love the adventures to different places that June goes on, solving mysteries and helping friends. It really resonates with me in the Chateau life. I actually just played a level with an orangerie as we were decorating our room inspired by an orangerie. How cool is that? It's a heck of a lot easier to design and build June's estate with the beautiful decorations than to build ours. And I love that there's options for how involved you get with the online community. I don't ever have to feel like I'm letting my online friends down, but also they're there if I need them. Download June's Journey for free by clicking on the link in the description below. June's Journey is available on Android and iOS mobile devices, as well as on PC through Facebook Games. Oh la la. These are very much our style. We started off looking at this beautiful pair of candelabra, which are from the 1960s, but they're really quite heavy. But then I spotted this little crumb sweeper for the table, which is just ridiculously elegant, and clearly I need it, but it's missing its brush, so maybe that won't do. But that chocolatier is really adorable too. C'est combien pour tous, pour les verres, pour le...
Les verres, le fond et la carafe.
Oui.
Attendez, je vais vous dire ça.
I don't know, honey, can I argue that says Germain-des-Prés on that instead of GP?
Sure.
It's a big M for Manor and Maker.
So there we go. We came away with some lovely tableware for the cafe, which would be great. Our table linens.
Yeah.
But no cutlery.
Yeah.
But now we're going to head to another brocante.
Oh, let's see what happens
Because it's
next.
Sunday, and it's a beautiful day. So we are in Biras now, which is about 20 minutes from where we just were with the table arts brocante.
Yep.
And this one has a brocante that's both professional and sort of yard sale. So let's see what we can find. All right, so something that Sarah has been coveting for quite some time.
We see these at the brocants really regularly. They call them travailleurs, basically as like little workers, and but they always seem to charge ridiculous prices for them, even when they're not in great state. And this one's in really nice state, and it was only 25 euros. So
Perfect for the sewing room, right?
yes,
So that turned out to be more of a vide grenier or a yard sale versus a proper brocante. But still, a lovely day out, although it is getting cold now. Time to get inside.
I think so. Maybe there's a hot chocolate in the horizon.
Yeah, sounds good. Good Sunday. Well, it is unfortunately a rainy day in the beautiful city of Perigueux, which is the capital of the Dordogne region, and only a half an hour from the Chateau. So we've come down for an appointment this morning, and since Sarah's in her appointment, I figured I'd take a little wander around and show you the sights of Perigueux. First of all, it started with coffee in this lovely little cafe right behind me here. Very Art Nouveau style. But let me show you Perigueux. All right, Sarah is done with her hair appointment. Look at her, isn't she gorgeous?
You're lovely.
It looks awesome.
Thank you. I'm very pleased.
Awesome. All right, so there's been some exciting changes to our pantry.
Now we've got
Wow.
all the bins organized. We've got our baking section and our pasta and grains and the cans and the jars, and everything is just so for the minute. Though someone's messed with the mince pies. What is going on here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gosh. There we go. Okay, now everything is just so.
And the spices now up on the door.
Yep.
Yeah, everything looks amazing. We will be able to find whatever we need whenever we need it.
I hope so. Hopefully it'll make it easier for the chefs as well.
Yeah.
Because I did find a lot of duplicate things, and that just happens when you don't have everything sort of at hand and visual. So
There you go.
excited.
Yeah, it's always nice to see it nice and tidy like this.
Yeah.
We'll-
Enjoy it while it lasts.
We'll endeavor to keep it this way, but like all well laid plans,
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes. Anyway, awesome. That's very fun. Okay, so I am in, I think it's Desvezeaux, in Lalande, and this is the first wallpaper I am going to try and recreate. And it's complicated. There's lots of elements to it, but I'm sure I can figure it out. It's just a matter of figuring out where the repeat is and trying to work it out so that it works in segments. But there is a lot of detail. I mean, when you get into these flowers and these designs, there's so many pieces to it. It's very intricate. So we'll see what we can do. I'm going to take some measurements and take some photographs, and we'll get it into the computer and see what happens. Okay, for those curious what I'm doing here, for the wallpapers, I'm just trying to, do a little sketch and measurements. That way I know I'm doing the right scale when it comes to the wallpaper. Just by having a couple of elements, I can make sure everything else matches as far as scale goes. But it just gives me a rough idea, and that way I know what I'm working towards. So this is La Rose. Simpler wallpaper on this one, fortunately, but very, very pretty. And such a great room too. I love this room. This is going to be probably the biggest challenge because I've got just that little strip here and a little tiny border at the top to work with. I'm gonna have to try and figure out how this works. There's a little bit more of it here, fortunately. Wow, it's not a lot. It's just fragments to work with. Should be fun doing the investigation on this wallpaper. I'm gonna take you into the downstairs loo that we've got here. Not the most glamorous of rooms in the chateau, but this one we think might be our next big project. There's several of the bathrooms and toilets we need to deal with. And this one is the downstairs one. It's the only one on the downstairs floor, or sort of ground level. And it needs some help. A couple of big major problems. One, it's got this horrible pebble dash effect on the walls, which needs to go away. It does have some other major issues. Things like, the pipe work that's in here. Some of it's electrical, some of it's water. And it's outdated and blah. But it does have the other challenge of having 4 doors within this one. So this is our cabinet for cleaning supplies and stuff. Our vacuum lives in this one here. Plus, obviously, the door into this bathroom itself. This tiny little sink, which I'm not a big fan of pedestal sinks, I will admit. I think we could do better to cover up this area because we've got all these, exposed pipes in the back and this sort of stuff. So this is the room that we think we're going to work on next to try and improve. The other concern that we have in this room is the flooring. So it's the same terrazzo that you see throughout the ground floor, but they've had to cut through and sort of mess it up a little bit to put in the piping, particularly for the drainage. So what we're thinking is maybe actually put a false floor, sorry, not a false floor, but put another floor over top of this with some ceramic tiles. So it'll raise it a little bit, which means we got to work with the doors. They'll probably have to remove a little bit at the bottom. But I think it will be a nicer effect in the end. We'll be able to cover up some of the, the effect, the problems that are, occurring with this floor to begin with. So we'll see. That's a thought. 1.614 meters.
Okay.
So we are in. What do we call this bathroom?
I call this the main bath because it's
Yeah.
it's a separate full bathroom.
It is, and it's got the full tub, well, full 3-piece.
Yeah.
And it's the one that 2 of the rooms currently use for the shower.
Yes.
But this shower in particular is not, well, it's just old. It needs to be replaced.
Yeah, it was meant more as a bath. It has a very round bottom on it.
Yeah, I can tell you
You
from,
can't see, but it's got a
I can
round
tell
bottom.
you from experience that it never flattens out at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's like a continuous bowl, which makes standing on it a little tricky.
Yeah, and we want it to always feel safe for people, so we've decided that replacement is in order.
Yeah, but what we're thinking is instead of doing a tub, is to put in a shower unit.
Yeah.
Hopefully one that will fit this whole area. So a nice big unit that people can walk in and clean up.
Yeah.
But that brings to mind the rest of this bathroom, which has really been kind of cobbled together. There's lots of stuff going on here, like
Everything's fine and clean and
Works.
functional, right? But it doesn't really have that pizzazz that we would like.
Yeah, it doesn't have the Chateau bathroom sort of feel. And even all the pipes and the
there is
and that sort of stuff are all exposed here. So, building some walls. And, it's not terribly difficult to fix. Thanks to Clem and Sven, they helped clean this room because when we moved in, there was wallpaper on the walls and the ceiling, and it was like a pea green.
It can best be described as a bodily function color.
Yeah, it was not good.
Not pleasant.
It was not good.
Yeah.
So we removed all of that.
And when we say we mean mostly Clem.
Yeah, well done, Clem. But I also went up into what's above here, and we discovered that there's actually nothing above there. This is just a false ceiling.
Yeah.
There's no light or anything in this glass. So, we'll see about taking this out and maybe reinstating the full height, or maybe lowering it a little bit so that we can hide some electrical and plumbing up there. Seems bathrooms are our next phase, but I think it's important for the comfort of our guests and for the functionality of the chateau, quite frankly.
Yeah. And while we're at it, I'd actually really like to relook the little WC. Can we take a look at that?
Sure.
Yeah, so this is 2 of the rooms have showers, but not a WC. So those shower rooms get this WC, and the other 2 rooms share the bathroom that we were just in. And we just like to do a little re-looking in here, as they say in French.
Mm-hmm.
It could...
You can see we have what would have been a jug filling station when back when the maid would fill up a jug of water and deliver it to the room for morning ablutions. And then we walk through this little doorway into the loo.
And then again, we've got a wall color that could use to be refreshed, and there's a little bit of flaking starting to happen in places. So I don't think it needs a lot. I think it just needs a bit of freshening up.
But it's a cute bathroom. I mean, it's functional. As you can see, I spoke about it last time. I'm not a big fan of pedestal sinks, so I'd like to do the same kind of thing here as we do in the downstairs loo, where we find a unit, some sort of furniture, and then put a vessel sink on top of it and tidied it up a little bit. And probably do a bit more tiling, so that the wall is, it feels like it's more integrated.
And the lighting, please.
Oh, and the lighting, yes. So these are very 1980s. And, I think we can do a little better than just the light bulb sticking out of the ceiling. But then we can put a nice big chandelier on up at the top and light this room a little better.
So now we're back in the balsam room.
Yeah, and this one we are already well underway.
Sort of.
Sort of. Well, we've got some pieces anyway.
Yes, yeah.
Because this is just a mess of what's going on here. For some reason, they decided to put the mirror over top of the toilet instead of the sink. They put the world's smallest pedestal sink in the world.
Pedestal stink. Yes, it is. I feel like you have feelings about this, honey.
It's so tiny.
Yeah.
Ironically, the waters at the back are backwards as well, but that's easily fixed. The tub is actually quite good in here. I mean, it's modern, but it's very functional. Lots of space, so we're probably not going to change that right away.
Yeah.
But
everything else.
Is to build a little wall here to cover up all of the guns
Yes.
below there.
Yeah.
Then we have a coiffeuse, and that's going to be our new vanity. So
Yeah.
it has a marble top with a little shelf, and that will slot into here with the wall, pushed up against the wall. And then we'll have a vessel sink on top of that. So it'll give us a little more counter space.
Yeah.
Which would be
Or
ideal.
some counter space in
Yeah.
this case, yes.
Obviously, we'll take the rack out. We've got a much bigger mirror that will occupy most of the space on here. And just a coat of paint or maybe some wallpaper in here just to make it... Well, and this is the thing that we keep saying, that the 5 rooms that we have for lovely guests, like all of you, are very comfortable. They're very, well appointed at this stage. But we will just keep increasing the luxury and the quality of things as we go.
Yeah.
That's the trick of it. Right now they are perfect. They're great for guests. We've had no complaints from anybody.
Yep.
But there's been suggestions, and we want to take those suggestions on board and do something about them. And as we develop, we will just make things better for everyone.
Yeah. Now we are up on the 3rd floor, or deuxième étage, which has 2 sort of bathrooms.
Well, it has an old bathroom that requires a lot of work. But it's functional. I mean, ironically, it's got a big pedestal sink, which works fine for now. Definitely not a functional tub. It's been, I've actually cleaned it a couple of times.
Yeah, that's the clean version.
Yeah, but yeah, this tub is not really functional. So we will, when we get up here, we're going to revamp this entire floor, right?
Yeah.
We're going to take out walls. We're going to probably put in 2 nice big bathrooms. We're also looking at this as being sort of our private suites eventually, so.
But the catch is we've got cold water in this room.
Yes.
For reasons. That was a day.
That was a day, yeah, that was when we had a water feature in the middle of the house.
Yeah, there was no filming that day. There was only dealing with the water feature.
Yeah.
And it would be more work to get hot water into this room than putting a bathroom or putting a shower in the room next door. So let's do that.
So this is one of the smaller bedrooms that are currently here, but it does have a sink. Forgive us for the light. There's actually no light in here.
At the minute. There could be.
Yeah. But they put in this little, what would you call that?
Wash station.
A wash station, there you go.
Ablutions,
Yes, exactly. But you can see those 2 pipes that are coming up out of the ground, or out of the floor here, are coming from the water heater downstairs.
Yeah.
So this sink does have hot water.
Yes.
So because we come up here when we have guests, we obviously have 5 rooms downstairs or for guests. Then Sarah and myself, the chefs, and whoever else needs to be here to run the retreats, will be staying on this floor. To make that more comfortable for everybody, we need a shower.
Yeah.
What we're thinking is, for now, until we reorganize this entire floor, is to actually put a shower unit here, a fully encased one, and then we'll still have the sink in the bathroom, and there's a toilet up here as well.
Yeah.
Functioning toilet. So we'll obviously have to put some more flooring in here, and then we'll get a built-in unit, or an all-in-one unit, most likely, that has the full 4 walls, and put it in here so that we can shower when we're upstairs.
Okay. Here is the top priority because we want to free up that space for the guests downstairs. The main bathroom is the second.
Right.
Then balsam, then
the loo.
Then the downstairs loo, and then relooking the WC.
Yeah.
We think.
Yeah. Lots of work ahead, but I think it's important that we, for the comfort of everybody, I think it's important that we get this done. Obviously, bathrooms are a terribly important thing for us and for everybody who stays at the chateau. So, that's our winter project. We'll see how far we get.
Yes.
Do not expect all of that to happen in the winter, because it is already December. It's December 1st today.
And we haven't lined up our trades yet because we're only just making this plan, so that's going to be a catch.
Exactly, and there's a lot of planning, there's a lot of shopping for materials and stuff to go yet, but we'll take you on the adventure. But that is going to be our next focus, I think, from a redesigned perspective of the chateau.
Stay tuned for more.
Wish us luck.
Please download June's Journey for free by using the link in the description below.